Hey, Welsh Dragon Metals here. Got some gold talk for you today. At last. This is what you want to see, no doubt. That's Lady Fortuna there. That's a 2.5 gram bar of gold. Very nice, as you can see. These are about the size of a credit card. They're not too big. Great for investment. In fact, it's probably the best metal at the moment for investment. That is, unless you're into more toxic materials like palladium or platinum or rhodium. There are other metals. But this is non-toxic. Gold in its pure form like this, 999, you could eat this bar. Assuming it was in dust form, you could eat it. It's chemically inert, so it's not going to hurt you in any way. Got some other samples here, 1 gram Impure. This is made completely from e-waste by this company, Impure here. So I kind of like these bars since I have a pretty good knowledge of how this bar is made, since I pretty much get gold in the same way, extracting it from electronic waste. So definitely a fan of Impure. They make very nice bars, as you can see. I have some others here. Some more strange bars. This one's from Malawi, I believe. Yep. Beautiful bar though, as you can see. Very nice design on it. These have been squished in a pressure mold, whereas this one has probably been pressed and squished. It is thicker than the other ones, but not by much. It's kind of hard to see the difference, but you can, if you look very close, see that the border is squished on the sides of this. Nothing on the back of that one, it's just a plain bar. So that's only been pressed on one side. It's helpful for you to see what I mean. There's a high conductivity, one of the highest conductivities of most metals, similar to silver, extremely high conductivity, and thermal conductivity also. It's also extremely reflective. Not as reflective as silver though, but in a different way, obviously. It's very pretty, which is probably why many people collect this over other metals. There's a little bit here. These bars cost about 150, these cost about 50 each, so there's a couple of £100, a few £100 here, you can see. Not much space at all. If this was all out of these packets, it would take very little space in my hand up. So it was very good for investments. Advise you get some. Great for emergency situations. You never know. Cash is a pretty new thing still as a currency, and it always falls through, as do banks and such, but this does not. This has a long history of being the holdings of the extreme elites of this world, because that's where power comes from, pretty much, to them. Cryptocurrency and alternate currency. This would be one of the best alternates by far. Used in jewelry also. Necklaces, rings, bracelets, fancy objects, knickknacks, art. It has many uses due to its incredible malleability. It's easy to work with, quite soft. You can make it into an alloy with copper or other metals quite easily. You can add things like cadmium to it to improve its yellowness, although that will make it very slightly toxic. But it's good for making things like light green or green yellow gold, which is a type of alloy for making jewelry, necklaces and such. Or pendants and knickknacks, things like that. So this is one of the best materials you can get for investment. Advise you get some. You can get this all the way into 0.25 milligrams even. I've seen extremely small amounts. Due to this can be rolled microns thick. Gold can be squished to an incredibly thin level, to the point where it's microscopic. So you can even eat it even. It just disappear into your blood most likely, due to its extremely small size. So it's unusual in that way that it can be squished as flat as micrometers. So that's quite interesting, which makes it easier to work with. Like this, you could probably stretch this out meters if you were to squish it this way, lengthways. So, a strange metal with healing properties also. Sort of like healing crystals and such. Gold fever does things to people. Not all people, but some. Depends, I suppose, if you're greedy or not. If you're not, you'll probably have quite a bit of this. If you are, you'll probably not have any. Or the other way round can also be true. So a quick examination of up close. That's a Volcambi combi bar, I believe. Yep, that's broken off a large bar, probably about 50 of these bars. They're very pretty. Bear & Co. from London. Wearing gloves so I don't tarnish any of this. Even though it's in a packet, I don't even want the packet scratched. Because the SA packets are actually worth a little bit of money, as the gold is registered. But so are these, as they have micro variations on the bars which can be seen via camera and help identify the bars. Same for these ones. Using VeriScan technology, you can scan it with an app and it'll tell you where it was made, who made it, who poured it and when. So quite good if you want to get an SA card, but you may have to pay a little bit extra. But in my personal opinion, it can be worth it for that little bit of extra security, or if you want to have some information about your bar, other than just it's a piece of gold. Well, until the next Metal Talk video.